Hey folks, so I wanted to share my top 5 trail cam captures of snakes and turtles. Because, well, why not? And besides, it's the middle of winter, and I was hoping to generate some enthusiasm for spring. Speaking of spring, our number 5 on the countdown occurred at one of my favorite sites to visit during the month of March. Several years ago, a good friend of mine, nicknamed Watersnake Mike, introduced me to a healthy multi-species den consisting of northern water, eastern garter, and eastern ribbon snakes. The Talus hibernaculum, located in eastern Massachusetts, abuts a large marsh punctuated with cattails. Now, the best footage I have captured at this den site was with my Canon and GoPro cameras, using a couple of different time-lapse settings. However, I was still pleased my trail camera was triggered by a few of the den's occupants. Now my goal for the trail camera at this site is to document predation or predation attempts on the snakes during spring emergence, so stay tuned. Number 4 on the countdown actually occurred on the opposite side of the marsh from the multi-species snake den, where I had set up 2 trail cameras, not necessarily to target snakes and turtles, but any wildlife walking along the marsh's shoreline. And I was not disappointed with the diversity of wildlife that made cameos, but I am partial to reptiles, so when one of the cameras captured an endangered Blanding's turtle on a chilly March day, I felt especially fortunate. Blanding's turtles are semi-aquatic, and this decent-sized male is likely migrating to an adjacent wetland. Both cameras at the edge of the marsh would capture several more Blandings and eastern painted turtles, but from a distance. However, another species of turtle made a big appearance on one of the cams, and is our number 3 in our countdown. With my big appearance reference, I assume most of you accurately guessed snapping turtle, specifically the common snapping turtle. This large, dinosaur-like species is a childhood favorite of mine, and over the last several years I have captured some decent footage of snapping turtles, including from up above and underwater. So naturally, I wanted some trail cam footage of this iconic reptile, and the best clip recorded occurred last March, when this large specimen began its slow but determined trek over land to an adjacent wetland. The site for number 2 on our list is one of the wetlands adjacent to the marsh we just visited, and is where some Blandings, painted, and possibly snapping turtles migrate to in the spring. The choice basking spot for the turtles in the pond is this log, and I thought it would be a neat spot to set up a trail camera. So last April, I attached a cam to a tripod, waded out to within a few feet of the log, drove the tripod's legs deep into the muck, which thankfully held it firmly. For the next few weeks, the camera captured up close and personal basking painted and Blandings turtles, and this included the Blandings occasionally bullying the much smaller painteds. However, Blandings, like most species of turtles, are skittish when it comes to basking. Here, for an example, the turtles quickly jump off the log because they saw a lone harmless turkey sauntering through the woods 200 feet away. And now here I come to break up the party. Anyway, the trail cam demonstrates that it can be an effective tool for spying on these timid reptiles. For those of you gracious enough to subscribe and follow my channel, it probably comes to no surprise that the number 1 slot showcases the timber rattlesnake. Now, I have accumulated noteworthy trail cam footage featuring these pit vipers, some of which can be viewed in previous videos, including interactions between the rattlesnakes and other wildlife. But for the purpose of this countdown, I wanted to choose footage that solely focuses on the snakes, and in that category, I chose this capture of 2 male timbers engaged in a nocturnal combat dance. I have been fortunate to witness this behavior on 3 occasions out in the field, but not at night and certainly not with front row seats like this. What is also great about this recording is that it documents the moment a winner is declared. Watching again in slow motion, one of the males punches the other in the head, causing it to smack into the rock. After the impact, the snake, possibly stunned, rests for a couple of minutes before crawling away in defeat. Well, that is all I have for now, but before I let you go, I wanted to share that if you are interested in picking up your first trail camera or are in the market for more, now is the time to purchase, because video quality has improved recently, and despite inflation, prices have dropped dramatically. I appreciate you dropping by, and if you haven't done so, please consider subscribing. Thank you.